What if the Earth stopped spinning for just 5 seconds? Not a slow grind to a halt over millions of years, but an instant, planet-wide screeching stop. Think about being in a car going over 1,000 miles per hour when the driver slams on the brakes. Now, imagine that car is the entire planet, and everything on it, including you, the oceans, and the air itself, isn't buckled in. What happens next is all about inertia. The planet stops, but everything on it keeps going. For 5 unbelievable seconds, we'd witness the complete annihilation of our world in a storm of supersonic chaos. The first second is silent, but it's the most violent moment in human history. Every day, you're carried along with the planet at an incredible speed. At the equator, that's about 1,670 kilometers per hour, or just over 1,000 miles per hour. We don't feel it for the same reason you don't feel the speed on a smooth flight. Everything around us is moving at the same pace. But if the planet instantly stops, that connection is shattered. Thanks to inertia, anything not fused to the Earth's bedrock would keep hurtling eastward at over 1,000 miles an hour. In this first second, every person, animal, tree, and building is launched sideways at supersonic speeds. People wouldn't be thrown up, but horizontally across the ground. The forces would be far beyond what any living thing could survive, meaning death would be instantaneous. And it wouldn't just be people. Skyscrapers would be ripped from their foundations and tumble, not just falling down, but being thrown across the landscape. Every car becomes a metal missile, and the planet's topsoil would be scraped clean like a colossal bulldozer just went by. This chaos would be most extreme at the equator. If you happen to be at one of the poles where the rotational speed is almost zero, you might just stumble and wonder what that violent tremor was. But for almost everyone else, this first second is a planetary wipeout where everything we know is simply torn from the face of the Earth. As every solid object is thrown into chaos, an even more destructive force is unleashed: the atmosphere. Our air, a fluid envelope weighing over 5 quintillion kilograms, is still moving. While the ground is frozen, the atmosphere continues to race eastward, creating winds stronger than anything we can imagine. Forget hurricanes or tornadoes. This is a global wall of air moving at over 1,000 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. These winds would generate a deafening sonic boom that wraps around the entire planet, but you'd never hear it over the sound of the world being shredded to pieces. The force of these winds would make the most powerful tornadoes on record feel like a gentle breeze. Any structures that somehow survived the initial jolt would now be torn apart, practically atom by atom. This isn't just wind, it's a planetary-scale sandblaster. The debris from the first second, bits of buildings, cars, and forests, would be caught in this flow, forming a grinding cloud that would pulverize anything left. The friction would be so intense, it would literally erode the crust of the Earth. In just these 2 seconds, nearly every man-made structure would be reduced to rubble, and that rubble would be ground into dust. The planet's surface would be scoured clean, erasing cities, landmarks, and entire ecosystems in a terrifying flash. Just like the air, the oceans don't stop. All 332 million cubic miles of the planet's water keep surging forward, driven by its own immense inertia. This doesn't create a wave. It creates a single, planet-spanning mega tsunami. If you've ever tried to stop suddenly while carrying a bucket of water, you've seen it slosh forward. Now, imagine that bucket is the Pacific Ocean, a churning, chaotic wall of water, possibly miles high, would crash onto the eastward-facing coasts of every continent at once. Coastal cities like New York, Lisbon, and Tokyo would vanish in a heartbeat. But this flood wouldn't stop at the coast. Its momentum would carry it thousands of miles inland at nearly 1,000 miles per hour, washing over entire continents. The energy from this would be unbelievable, heating the water until it flash boils, creating a thick, superheated fog that mixes with the dust already choking the sky. The line between ocean and air would dissolve into a scalding, turbulent mist. This massive injection of water vapor would also trigger colossal thunderstorms across the globe, with lightning strikes of unimaginable power. During these 2 seconds, the world's geography is violently redrawn. The oceans are no longer in their basins. They're a scouring agent, washing over the continents and erasing whatever the initial jolt and the supersonic winds left behind. While all this is happening on the surface, a deeper catastrophe is unfolding inside the Earth itself. The planet's sudden stop would send a massive shockwave through its layers, from the crust all the way down to the liquid outer core. This would create unbelievable seismic stress. The tectonic plates, which normally drift just a few centimeters a year, would grind and slam into each other with unimaginable force. The result? Global earthquakes on a scale our current charts can't even measure. Fault lines on every continent would rupture at the same time. On top of that, the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. Its spin causes it to bulge slightly at the equator. If that spin stops, gravity would immediately start pulling the planet back into a more perfect shape. This would cause all that water piled up at the equator to rush toward the poles in a second, separate displacement of the oceans. The crust would fracture, and immense pressure from below could force magma to the surface, triggering volcanic eruptions on a scale we've never seen. The 5 seconds of stillness wouldn't just be a surface event. It would be a deep, geological convulsion shaking the very foundations of the world. And then, just like that, the 5 seconds are over. The Earth lurches back into its 1,000-mile-per-hour spin. This restart would be just as devastating as the stop. Anything that had miraculously come to a rest would be violently yanked back in the opposite direction. The oceans, which had surged eastward, would now be dragged westward as the planet spun up, creating a second global tsunami that would race back across the continents, washing away the debris from the first one. Once the chaos finally settles, what's left? The Earth is unrecognizable. Its surface is a scoured, barren landscape, stripped of soil, life, and civilization. Coastlines are completely redrawn. The atmosphere is a thick, soupy mix of dust, water vapor, and toxic gases that would likely block out the sun for years. Could anyone survive? Maybe a few scientists at the South Pole, where the effects were weakest. Perhaps a handful of people in ultra-deep underground bunkers. But they would emerge to a hostile alien world. Our planet would be gone, replaced by a steaming, quaking, storm-racked globe. Billions of lives gone in 5 terrifying seconds. For 5 seconds, the world ended. It turns out that the silent, constant rotation of our planet is the only thing standing between us and total annihilation. The forces of inertia, held in a perfect, delicate balance, would scour our world clean if unleashed. It's a terrifying thought, but it reveals a profound truth. We live in a beautiful equilibrium, a cosmic dance that started billions of years ago. Our world is in constant, life-giving motion, and we should probably be thankful that it never, ever stops.